Hey guys, today we're gonna do guitar pedal hacks you need to know. Do you have a drawer in your house that is full of wall warts? You know, these power supplies that go to your kids' old toys or to cell phones, you name it. We're all kind of accumulating these. What you're gonna look for, it doesn't matter if it's 9 volt, 12 volt, 18 volt, it doesn't matter what the power rating. All you're looking for is one that has the end, just like one of your pedals. All you're gonna do is get this in to make sure, check it to make sure it fits into one of your pedals. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna raid the yard sale bin. A lot of us have these yard sale bins, you know, something where you're just getting rid of the old coffee maker, some stuff. Then what we're gonna do is look for something cool like this, something that really has no value. And then what we're after is one of these. Now, once you basically got the power supply and you have one of these end battery clips, all you would then do is cut the power supply with a pair of scissors and go ahead and understand that the outer wire, it will be copper colored, will be the ground, and the inner wire will be the hot. And essentially what you would do is then wire the terminals correctly on this. It's a very easy thing to figure out. If you're not sure, you can take one of these, look at your 9-volt battery, and your 9-volt will tell you what the positive and negative is. Go ahead and wire it up. I put shrink wrap on this one as I did it, but you could use electrical tape. A very crude, easy cable that you're gonna create. Okay, and besides using maybe that clip out of a like alarm clock or a toy, you can actually just buy these. They're pretty straightforward. You can get these, or you can actually buy these cables pre-made. And if you're asking yourself, why would you want this? Well, simple. Let's say you have a pedal like this. It can't take a 9-volt battery. It's only made for a 9-volt power supply, and you want to do it for 1 gig, just take one pedal and go. All you have to do is connect it like you would any normal 9-volt power supply. It won't hurt anything, I promise. And again, now you can turn it on and off and run it like so, or you can use this also to test pedals. If you're having an issue with a power supply, you can run this direct, or if you have a battery inside, let's say a pedal that has a battery inside, but maybe you have to take the 4 screws to get it out, you're at a gig, the battery goes dead, you weren't thinking, now you gotta get your screwdriver, take it apart. You can actually just plug this right into the gig and now have power immediately. So wherever you go, keep this in your guitar bag. This is your power on the go anytime. The other thing that happens to pedals is sometimes when you buy them used like this one, you get Velcro and stuff on them, and when you peel it off, you leave a glue residue, or there's a glue residue left from stickers. Let's say they are from the price tags, or other, like these pads. Maybe you want to remove this foam rubber pad to put your Velcro. When you do it, it's really kind of a mess, and you don't know if the Velcro will stick. Here's a trick on how to clean that all up. And let's say that you bought this pedal used and it has this glue left on it from the label, or you peeled off your Velcro and again you left glue from the label. We want to go ahead and clean that up so we have a good connection. This is actually going to cause the Velcro to be a mess, see, because it can't really adhere to anything. And whether it's on rubber or metal, it doesn't matter. This is what we want you to use. We're going to use trusted and tried WD-40. The trick though is WD-40 is bad for electronics, so we don't want it to get into the electronics. So what we would do in this case is move the pedal, find yourself an old rag like so, squirt just a little bit of WD-40 in there, okay? And let it sop up a little bit of that. And now what we're gonna do is just take the pedal, take this WD-40, and go ahead and just nicely, vigorously wipe it off. See, look how clean that is. Guys, look at this. Look how horrible this is. This pedal actually had, see, the top piece removed. Look how horrible and how gross that is. And that's why I picked this pedal, because I want to show you the same thing again. Put some good WD-40 on there. Now there's Gooby gone, all those other stuff, but you have WD-40 at the house, so why not just use it? Same thing as before. Vigorously scrub the glue. And you can see already in real time, see how it's working? Now, check this out. See how clean all that is? We have no glue there. What you have to do after you're done, after you get all the glue off, you want to get the residue from the WD-40 off, because again, it will be slippery. And how you do that is there's a couple easy ways. You can use any household cleaner that is safe for metal, plastics, and rubber. And again, perfect, shiny, new. One of the problems when you put Velcro on the bottom of pedals is sometimes when you peel it off, one of two things will happen. Either you've destroyed the label like this where it gets damaged, or you remove the label entirely and leaving a sticky gunk at the bottom. So let's go ahead and solve that 2 ways. First, let's say that in this case, we're going to apply this Velcro to the bottom of this pedal. What you'll do is take painter's tape and use the painter's tape to cover up the label. you'll just cut it to shape and push it only where the label is. Now, after cutting it with an X-Acto knife, now we can go ahead and apply the Velcro to the bottom of the pedal. Now watch what happens. Let's go ahead and secure that on. And one little fast tip that's nice is, sometimes you want to use a hair dryer, and what you want to do is just warm up this Velcro piece, this plastic piece, just a little bit so that the glue gets really tacky and it'll actually form to the bottom of the pedal. So heating them up really helps a lot. Let's take a look. So now we have something you're familiar with, a pedal with the Velcro put on the bottom, you Velcro to your board, but let's say it's time to sell this pedal or get rid of it, change it out, you don't want the Velcro anymore. You'll grab the corner of the Velcro and peel. Watch what happens when we peel this off. Just keep going. See, we've left this alone, and if it does grab, it will just, and you can see what it did, it actually pulled off a piece of the painter's tape already. Now the other piece of the painter's tape can be peeled off with absolutely no adverse effects to the labeling. This next trick is one of the most important to me. I use it probably the absolute most, and it's something that's relatively free and easy to get. It's that cable that comes with pretty much every guitar you get, right? These cheapy cables. This cable, what I do is I basically take it and I chop off the ends. Now you can also take a cable, maybe that went bad and you don't want to fix it, and do the same thing. What I do is I chop off one end of that cable and I attach alligator clips onto it, and then I wrap green tape around one. That's the ground. The ground will be, again, that copper outer shield. The inner wire will be the hot. And you have to ask yourself, why would I use this? Well, let me show you one of the fastest way to diagnose a problem on your pedal board using this free cable. Okay, so why would you want this? Well, it's simple. Basically, let's say you're playing and right now you're not getting signal to your amp, let's say on your pedal board, and you're trying to figure out which pedal or power supply or cable is bad. And a lot of times we know it's the cable. How do you test the cables? Well, what we're gonna do, simple, is slowly bypass them. So that's why we made this cable with the alligator clips. You would go ahead and unplug from the amp, we'll plug it into here. Okay, and now you can hear those, right? All you have to do, like I said, is put green on the ground side of the cables. And remember this, it's super easy. The side of the jack, the shaft of that is the ground, and the tip is hot. And watch what happens now. We don't have to take apart our pedal board. We don't have to do anything. We now have just shown how we can test each cable. We know up to this point it's good. You would then unplug these, right? Unplug these and then plug it back in and go to the next pedal. The same thing, touching each one, each side, until you find the point where it's relieved. Now keep in mind, that's not even the end of what you could use that cool cable for. Now it's not a speaker cable, but to be honest with you, for testing purposes, it's more than enough. Let's say you just want to see if a speaker works. You would do the same thing. You would connect the green to the negative and the black to the positive. And now you could actually plug it into an amplifier and actually see if it works. It would work fine. You could even take these and connect them to the typical input-output jack. And if you're not familiar, I have a video called How to Understand an Output Jack. It's very easy. Just clip these on right here. Again, green will go to the ground and black to the hot. And then think about this. Now if you had to, let's say you want to plug this side into a speaker cabinet, but you have a combo amp like this where the cable sticking out is only so far. Now you could plug that cable into this side and plug this in. And again, this would be a diagnosis system. This would be a way to check to see if something's working. And in your bag at a gig, there's a ton of situations, I promise, where you might have this happen. In fact, another band might have a situation, or your band, and you'll go, you know what, I have something I think will work for that situation. I have found countless situations to use a rig like this. Well guys, that was fun, and I hope you learned something. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the link down below. It takes you to all the tech tip videos where I show you all the tricks I've learned over the years. I want to thank you again for supporting the channel by buying t-shirts and sending those pictures in. If you'd like to be involved with that process, it's super easy. You just buy a t-shirt down below, take a picture, send it to me on that same link down below, and I put it at the intro and the end of all the videos. As always, thank you for your time and know your gear.